Okay, I know what you're thinking. It's just a penny. You can't even buy a stick of gum with it. But what if I told you that one very specific penny, yeah, one that could be hiding in your junk drawer right now, is worth a jaw-dropping $1.80 million? That's right. Today we're diving into the legendary 1970 Lincoln 1-cent penny that's flipping the coin collecting world upside down. And no, this isn't one of those eBay scams. This is legit. So stick around, because I'm gonna show you how to spot one, why it's worth a fortune, and how I once accidentally gave away a rare coin to my cousin, who used it to buy Skittles. Alright, let's break it down. The 1970 Lincoln penny, that's D for Denver Mint, is pretty common. But there's a rare version called the 1970 small date, and here's where it gets spicy. Some of these were accidentally struck over a 1941 Canadian cent. Yep. Double struck. Mint error alert! Imagine layering pancakes from two completely different breakfasts, and then selling that monstrosity for $1 million. That's what happened here. So why the big bucks? It's a combo of rarity, error, and collector demand. The holy grail is the 1970 penny that shows faint remnants of the 1941 Canadian cent underneath, and it's authenticated by pros like PCGS. Only one known to exist in that grade, and it's basically the Beyoncé of pennies, rare, flawless, and guaranteed to cause a frenzy wherever it goes. So how do you know if you're holding onto a treasure instead of a taco stain? The 7 in 1970 is level with the rest of the numbers, not taller. Look closely. If there's any sign of letters or numbers peeking from another coin, bingo. Strong strike with nowhere. It should look fresh off the press. Always check the reverse side too. Canadians leave clues. Okay, now story time. I was like 13, sorting through my grandpa's old jar of pennies because I read on the internet that one might be worth thousands. I found this weird one, off-center strike, weird doubling, the works. I got excited. Like full-blown Gollum my precious mode. Next day, my cousin came over. We were trading Pokemon cards, and I flexed my rare penny. He was like, cool. Can I have it? And like a fool, I said yes. He spent it. On Skittles. Probably from a vending machine that ate it. And to this day, I'll never know if that coin was the one. Moral of the story? Check your change, folks. That plain old penny could pay off your student loans, your mortgage. Heck, maybe even buy you that gold-plated jet ski you never knew you needed. So if you learned something new, or if you're already halfway to dumping out your coin jar, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. Every week, we're uncovering the hidden treasures in your pocket change and giving you tips to turn coins into cold, hard cash. Got a weird-looking penny or a cool coin story of your own? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Who knows, maybe you're sitting on the next $1 million mistake. 1952 Lincoln cent recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.70 million. That's right, folks. One tiny penny, worth more than most of us make in a decade. And you might just have one sitting in your junk drawer, hiding behind expired batteries and a broken phone charger. I'm going to break down exactly why this coin is so valuable, what to look for, and I'll even share my personal story of almost throwing away a coin worth hundreds. Yep. I cried into a box of cereal. We'll get to that. Alright, so what's the deal with the 1952 Lincoln penny? Well, first off, it's a wheat penny. You know, the ones with the little wheat stalks on the back instead of the Lincoln Memorial. These were minted from 1909 to 1958. And the S mint mark? That means it was minted in San Francisco, baby. Where the fog is thick and apparently, so is the value of tiny coins. Most 1952 pennies are worth, like, 15 cents in average condition. Maybe 50 cents if it's shiny and feeling good about itself. So how the heck does one hit $1.7 million? Great question, fellow treasure hunters. The $1.7 million version of the 1952 isn't just your run-of-the-mill wheat penny. This baby was graded MS67 Plus Red by PCGS. Translation: Mint states 67 Plus Red. That red part means it still has 95% or more of its original mint red color. No fingerprints, no oxidation, no gum stuck to it since 1952. And here's the kicker, it's a super rare grade for this year and mint mark. Experts believe only one known example exists in this top condition. It's like the Beyoncé of pennies. Beautiful, flawless, and one of a kind. Okay, real talk. A few years ago, I was digging through a box of old coins I inherited from my grandpa. I found a 1952 penny with an S mint mark. My heart did the cha-cha. I thought, this is it. I'm rich. I even Googled the value while eating Frosted Flakes. Turns out, it was scratched brown and looked like it had been through 6 world wars. Worth maybe 3 cents. So, not quite retirement money. But hey, it sparked my coin collecting obsession, and I haven't stopped since. And yes, I cried into my cereal. Tony the Tiger told me it was growling eat. I disagreed. So, what's the takeaway? Don't ignore your pennies. That little copper circle might just be your golden ticket. Sure, most 1952 S pennies won't buy you a yacht, but some might get you a weekend trip. And one very lucky collector turned theirs into a $1.7 million jackpot. If you like this video, smash that like button like you're flattening a penny on railroad tracks. But seriously, subscribe to the channel for more coin tips, value breakdowns, and coin hunting strategies that might just put some serious cash in your coin jar. Hit that bell so you don't miss a beat, and let me know in the comments, what's the coolest or weirdest coin you've ever found? I want to hear your stories, even if they involve cereal-related heartbreak like mine. 1988 Lincoln cent without a mint mark that sold for a jaw-dropping $1.40 million. Yes. $1.4 million. For a penny. Welcome to the weird and wonderful world of coin collecting, my friends. Alright, let's dig in. First things first, what exactly is this magical $1 million penny? We're talking about the 1988 no mint mark Lincoln cent with a very special error. Spoiler alert, it all comes down to Abe Lincoln's little shoulder and some microscopic details. I promise, this isn't a conspiracy theory, although, Area 51 could never. So, in 1988, the US Mint in Philadelphia made billions, and I mean billions, of Lincoln pennies. Most have no mint mark, so that's not unusual. But here's where it gets spicy. Some of these 1988 pennies were struck using a reverse die intended for 1989. Now if you're like, what in the numismatic nonsense does that mean? Don't worry, I got you. Basically, the reverse design, the back of the penny, has subtle differences in the FG initials. That's Frank Gasparo, the designer, who sneakily left his mark like a graffiti artist tagging Abe's memorial. The rare 1988 pennies have the 1989 reverse, which includes a sharper, closer FG that's a dead giveaway if you've got the goods. Here's the trick, grab a magnifying glass. If you don't have one, borrow one from your neighbor, your grandma, or your high school chemistry set. Now look closely at the right side of the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Check those little initials. If the G in FG is tucked snug under the Lincoln Memorial and looks bold, you may be holding a 1988 reverse of 1989 variety. aka, the golden ticket to financial freedom, or at least a really nice vacation. Okay, you're probably thinking, alright, I get that it's rare, but why did it sell for over $1 million? Great question. Rarity plus condition equals coin magic. This particular coin was graded MS-70 by a top grading company, meaning it was basically flawless. No scratches, no wear, probably never even met a pocket lint. That level of perfection plus the rare reverse die error? Collectors go bananas for it. Like Black Friday at Best Buy level bananas. Now let me tell y'all a quick story. I used to have a coin jar, nothing fancy, just an old pickle jar I convinced myself smelled like history. One day, I was watching TV, eating some cold pizza, don't judge, and I heard someone on the news talk about a valuable penny. I paused my show, dumped out my jar, and spent 2 hours inspecting every coin with my phone flashlight. I didn't find anything, But I did find a Canadian penny, 3 Chuck E. Cheese tokens, and a weird piece of lint shaped like Florida. True story. But you better believe I keep checking. That's the thrill of the hunt. And you can find one too. These coins are out there. Not many, but they're not extinct. So what did we learn today? First, never underestimate a penny. Second, that magnifying glass in your junk drawer might be your new best friend. Third, coin collecting is not just for old dudes in khaki vests. It's for you, me, and anyone with a spare minute and a pocket full of change. If you liked this video and you want more juicy secrets about coins worth big money, hit that subscribe button like it owes you $1. Drop a comment if you've ever found a cool era coin, or if you just want to say hi. Oh, and don't forget to like and share this video with that one friend who keeps asking to borrow $5. Who knows, maybe they'll pay you back with $1 million penny. 1994 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny. So if you're like me, someone who once bought a pack of gum with a $20 bill and didn't even look at the change, this video might just make you rethink that strategy. Don't blink, because you might just miss the coin that could buy you a Lamborghini, or like 30 of them. Alright, first things first, what are we even talking about? In 1994, the US Mint released the standard Lincoln penny. You know, Abe Lincoln's face, the memorial on the back, or later, the shield, copper-plated zinc composition, yada yada. But here's the twist. Some of those pennies made in Philadelphia accidentally came out without the mint mark. Now normally, Philadelphia pennies don't have mint marks, right? That's not the strange part. But in this case, the coin was supposed to have a special P or D, or even an S if it was proof. But this one was part of a limited, error-stricken batch, and it had other signs that made it incredibly rare. Think of it like the unicorn of your piggy bank. Only one confirmed specimen is known to exist with specific features that make it this valuable: toning, double die reverse, and pristine condition. So you're probably thinking, it's a penny. Why would anyone pay $1.9 million for it? Great question, my skeptical coin-curious friend. This particular penny is what's known in the collecting world as a numismatic jackpot. It's a combo of, now mix all that together in the coin collector cauldron, and poof, you've got a tiny circle of copper worth more than a beachfront condo in California. And yes, this penny sold at auction for $1.9 million. That's not a typo. That's not clickbait. That's someone's dream retirement plan, in cent form. Okay, personal story time. I once found a weird-looking penny in my sock drawer. It had no mint mark. I thought, yo, I'm about to be rich. I'm about to be on the news. So I called my cousin, I called my mom, I even told my dog. She didn't care. I drove it down to a coin shop with the confidence of someone holding a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's vault. The guy takes one look and goes, yeah, this is from 2006. Totally normal. Worth exactly 1 cent crushed. Absolutely crushed. But hey, that was the day I started learning about real coin values. And now I check my change like a man hunting for buried treasure. So how do you spot a 1994 no mint mark Lincoln penny worth big bucks? Look for a 1994 date, duh. Make sure it's Lincoln on the obverse, memorial reverse, no mint mark under the date, just a clean 1994. Look for doubling on letters or numbers, especially Liberty, must be in pristine condition, like, no scratches, no gum residue from living in your jeans. Honestly, if you think you've found one, don't guess. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. A certified grade makes all the difference. So here's the bottom line, check your change. You never know what that pile of pocket pennies is hiding. You might find something worth more than your car. Or your student loans. Or both. And hey, if nothing else, it's a great excuse to clean out that coin jar that's been collecting dust on your kitchen counter since 2011. If you want more tips on coins that are secretly worth a fortune, or just want to hang out and learn how not to get swindled at garage sales, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a treasure hunt again. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend who still thinks pennies are useless. Let's prove them wrong, $1 million coin at a time. Catch you next time, and remember, the next time someone says keep the change, say gladly, winky face. 2002 D Lincoln Penny, a coin that might just turn your piggy bank into a treasure chest. I'm your coin hunting buddy and certified change hoarder, and if you've ever walked past a penny on the ground, well, you might rethink that after today. Alright, so let's talk about the 2002 D Lincoln cent. It was minted in Denver, it's copper-plated zinc, pretty standard stuff. Over 3 billion of these were made. Yep, billion with a B. So why the heck would one be worth $1.7 million? Here's the deal, not all coins are created equal. Some of them have what we call mint errors, and no, I don't mean forgetting your breath mints. I'm talking about things like double dies, off-center strikes, missing layers, even wrong planchets. Now, rumor has it there's a 2002 D Lincoln penny that sold, allegedly, for around $1.7 million. Yeah, I know, that's more shocking than realizing your grandma's junk drawer is actually a gold mine. From what collectors believe, this particular coin had an ultra-rare minting error, possibly a double denomination strike, meaning it was accidentally struck on something like a Roosevelt dime planchet, or had extreme doubling. Combine that with pristine condition, graded MS-69 or MS-70, and boom, it's a unicorn. Here's where it gets wild. Some of these high-value coins aren't even discovered by dealers. Nope. Regular folks, like you, me, and that guy who always jingles too much change in his pocket, they're the ones finding them. Let me tell you a quick story. About 5 years ago, I found a 1972 double-die penny at a garage sale. I paid a quarter for a whole jar of coins, mostly dirty pocket change and paperclips stuck together. Fast forward a few months, and I sold that sucker for $400. $400. From a quarter investment. My best return since buying Bitcoin at $10. Kidding. I bought at the peak. Grinning face with sweat, that was the moment I became obsessed. And now I check every single penny I get. I've even been known to ask for change at gas stations just to dig through it. Yes, I've become that guy. So how do you know if you've got the $1 million 2002 D penny? Look for these signs. If you even suspect your coin might be special, get it graded. A mint state 69 or 70 is like having a Ferrari with 10 miles on it. Collectors go nuts over it. Don't clean your coins though. That's like polishing the Mona Lisa with Windex. So what's the lesson here? That penny in your couch cushions or that change in your car's cup holder? It might just be your ticket to millionaire status. If you take nothing else from today, remember this: every penny has a story, and some of those stories come with 6 zeros at the end. 2013 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark, that could be worth up to $1.9 million. Yeah, you heard me. $1.9 million. For a single copper-colored coin you probably ignored last week at the gas station counter. Let's break down how this seemingly ordinary little guy turned into a wallet-busting unicorn, and how you, yes you, might have one hiding in your couch cushions. Alright, so here's the scoop. In 2013, the US Mint struck billions, with AB, of Lincoln pennies. Most of them were as basic as store-brand cereal. But once in a blue moon, a few were struck without a mint mark, that little letter that usually appears under the year, telling you where the coin was made. Philly gets no letter, Denver is a D, San Francisco gets an S. But what makes this 2013 penny wild is the error. It was supposed to have no mint mark because it was from Philadelphia, but this particular one? It was struck on a bronze planchet, that's the metal disc, left over from decades earlier. Basically, it's like someone in 2013 using a Nokia flip phone to send a TikTok. Doesn't add up. Now you might be thinking, come on, this is just another urban legend. But nope. A collector actually found one of these rare 2013 pennies, had it graded and authenticated by a top grading company, PCGS, and boom, it's estimated to be worth up to $1.9 million. And you know how they found it? Wait for it. In their change jar. Yeah. just casually sitting there, next to a Canadian nickel and that rusty paperclip nobody wants to touch. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was at my grandma's house helping her clean out her junk drawer. You know the one, it's got expired coupons, loose screws, maybe a petrified gummy bear? I found a handful of pennies and joked, "Hey Granny, maybe one of these is worth a fortune." She laughed and said, "Well, if it is, you're buying dinner?" Long story short, none of them were rare, but now I check every penny I get. Because if someone out there found $1 million one by accident, why not us, right? Alright, coin detectives, here's what you want to look for in your 2013 pennies. Flip the penny and look under the date. If there's an mint mark, you're on the right track. Then check the weight. The rare one weighs about 3.1 grams, because of the bronze planchet, not the standard 2.5 grams. And finally, the color. The rare bronze one has a darker, more coppery tone than the typical zinc penny. If you think you found something that matches, get it graded. Do not, and I repeat, do not take it to your local gas station and ask for a pack of gum. You might literally be chewing away your retirement. So, the next time someone tells you pennies are worthless, just smile, dig into your couch cushions, and maybe say a little thank you prayer to the coin gods. And hey, whether you're a die-hard collector, a casual treasure hunter, or just someone who's broke and bored, I've got tons of tips coming up on spotting coins worth money, how to sell them, and even the weirdest coin mistakes in US history. Hit that like button if you've ever hoarded change in a jar and secretly hoped it'd make you rich. And if you want more tips on turning pocket change into payday, be sure to subscribe and tap that little bell so you don't miss a cent. See what I did there? 2017 Lincoln D. Penny. Exploding heads. So before you use a penny to scratch a lottery ticket or wedge under a wobbly table leg, you better check that date and mint mark, my friend. In today's video, we're diving deep into the legend of the 2017 D. Lincoln penny, why it could be worth 7 figures, how to tell if yours is special, and of course, my own story of a penny I wish I never spent. Yeah, that one still stings. Let's get into it. So here's the scoop. In 2017, the Denver Mint cranked out over 4.7 billion pennies. That's billion with a B, as in bro, why are there still pennies in my laundry? But one of those pennies, just one, is believed to be worth up to $1.8 million. Why? Because of a mysterious, rare error that's got collectors foaming at the mouth like they found the Holy Grail in a gum machine. We're talking about a possible double die or transitional planchet error, super rare, hard to identify, and basically the coin version of finding a unicorn, with a Wi-Fi password. Okay, so what exactly makes a 2017 D penny worth more than a Ferrari? Well, in some cases, it's not just the minting error, but the condition too. Some pennies were struck on the wrong metal, what's called a transitional error. Imagine expecting a copper-plated zinc planchet, and instead you get a blank mint for another coin altogether. The mint's oops could be your payday. Plus, throw in a perfect grade, like MS-68 or higher, and boom, collision, you've got the LeBron James of coins. And don't even get me started on the rumors of a few 2017 DS having clear doubling on the obverse, aka Lincoln's face looking like it had a double shot of espresso. Alright, storytime.so. Back in 2018, I was grabbing coffee at this gas station, you know, the kind that sells coffee strong enough to wake up the dead, and I get 3 pennies back and change. One was super shiny. Like, suspiciously shiny. I thought, must be new. Tossed it in the charity jar like a good citizen. A week later, I'm scrolling through coin collector forums, don't judge me, and see a post titled, Ultra Rare 2017 D Penny Discovered. My stomach drops. I try to forget. But late at night, I still see that penny, glimmering in my memory like a missed opportunity. Crying face. Moral of the story? Never underestimate your change. Or gas station coffee. So here's how you check if your 2017 D penny is potentially worth big bucks. First, check the mint mark. You want the little d under the ear. Next, look closely, real close. You might need a jeweler's loupe or at least a magnifying app on your phone. Look for doubling, especially on Lincoln's face, the words "In God We Trust," or Liberty. If the penny looks weird, wrong color, off center, extra thick, don't spend it. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. And whatever you do, do not clean it. It's a coin, not a casserole dish. So, to wrap it up, yes, a regular OL 2017D Lincoln penny might be worth $1.8 million, but only under very specific conditions. Think of it like a lottery ticket you didn't even know you were holding. Moral of the story? Always check your change. You never know what treasure is jingling in your pocket or lost between your couch cushions. And hey, if you learned something new today, or at least chuckled at my painful penny regret, smash that like button like it owes you money. Collision, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell because I've got more coin collecting tips, rare finds, and tchotching strategies coming your way.